about breaks. All right, it's gonna be Catz versus HwangSin. Let's get it in. Let's get it on. Of course.
This is game number 1, right?
This is game 2.
Game 2.
Mr. Nicholas.
Oh.
Yes.
Excuse me.
The player who's currently ahead in this best of 3 is the Blue Zerg player in the bottom right-hand location, Catz. Catz is up 1-0 in this series. He's 1 win away from advancing to the next round. His opponent in the top left is the red Protoss player, HwangSin. One of my favorite Korean players, to be honest. He's a very manner guy. He knows a decent amount of English as well. So always love watching his games.
Yes.
But this is, again...
He's really funny, too.
Yes. Oh,
he's
is.
like one of the funniest Koreans. Him and MC. Similar to Protoss is. Maybe I'm biased, but... I would never be biased.
Never be biased. Even though you were rooting for...
I was Greetorp, yes.
And Xenio.
I was rooting for Greetorp. But that's not being biased. Like, everyone's going to root for Greetorp. Greetorp.
Yeah. I mean, I would. But... See what happens here. In the pregame lobby, we were talking a little bit. HwangSin and Catz were waiting for that game to finish. And HwangSin's like, let's talk about that last game, Catz. That's how mannered this guy is. He's like, he lost the game, he's just willing to talk about it. And then he was like, all those speedlings really made me sad. Like, that's what HwangSin said.
That sounds exactly
and he
like
put like a smiley or something. It's like, it made me smile. It's just so cute. So HwangSin...
So I'm guessing there's one point in the game where like a lot of speedlings got
I don't know. I didn't actually
annihilated.
see the game. So.
I mean, from that.
Oh, sure, yeah. That's what I'd guess.
Yeah, a lot of speedlings died.
Catz made a lot of speedlings.
And they didn't do much.
Yeah. So HwangSin, definitely a fun guy to root for. Of course, speaking of root, Catz, yeah, Catz is here in the bottom right. Most people know of this guy. Of course, we had a fundraiser. Root did yesterday, trying to save up some money for a team house in California. And Root was able to raise over $25,000 in 24 hours. So a huge shout out to the community for making that happen. And it's it should be super cool to follow Root as they make their exploits in North America and truly try to refine their play so they can compete with the top players in the world.
Yes. So we have HwangSin. He didn't go Forge expansion. So something that's important to point out. Yeah. He did Gateway, and he's putting Stalker, Mothership Core Pressure, and this is actually the combination that if you take third without speed, sometimes you can take a lot of damage hits, especially with the second Stalker being rallied out. But Catz is mind that gas. He will start speed probably in about 0.5 seconds.
Yep, there it is. There's actually 0.2, but it's okay. So I always wonder where you put your third pylon. You know, HwangSin, I do this build a bit. Sometimes I like putting my third pylon at my natural so I can start walling up, but he's going to put his fourth pylon down.
He's also delaying. I think he's expanding later than what you normally do.
I think you're right.
Because he wants to put on pressure with Stalkers. Here he already has 2 Stalkers on the map.
Yeah.
Definitely looking to get something done here.
So Catz has been able to identify this. The Mothership Core is on the way. Got to be careful with that Queen. That Queen is probably going to be the VIP in this situation. If you lose her, you have not much to deal with the Mothership Core that is coming. So you got to make sure your Queen control is nice and optimal. Catz making 4 lings in production speed, about halfway done. HwangSin going to back away a little bit.
I think Catz is doing an almost exactly perfect defense here. Like, I think he has exactly the right amount of units. This is actually really, really good.
All right.
He's not overreacting. If he builds more Zerglings, I'd be a little worried. I mean, I won't be worried, but I think he'll be...
What I would love to see is one ling just peeling around to try to deny that natural or something. Or just at least be annoying.
Yeah.
But that would have happened much earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 2 sentries back here.
Oh, 12 speedlings now. Is he looking to do a counterattack?
He might. The thing with this build is that wall is going to take a bit to get up, but I think he should be fine. He's got force field.
I mean, he should have it up by the time the Zerglings cross the map.
I mean, those links can be useful, I guess, a little bit throughout.
Yeah, I mean, I like getting Zerglings, but I would like getting drones than Zerglings, not the other way around. Although I guess, you know, he still doesn't be able to identify.
He can catch the Zealot for sure, but that poor Zealot, man.
That guy.
Wait, he might be able to make it home. Can he make it home?
I mean, yeah.
Will he live? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So lots of lings here from Catz. He's got a lair almost done, though. Is this Muta? What do you think? He's got that.
I'm trying to think.
Militia Corps watching over that.
I don't think Catz would go Muta.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Oh, double Stargate.
The thing is if Catz goes Mutas, he hits with an Overlord in a corner of the map, spewing creep.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen that. Like, I play Catz a lot. He does go Mutas, but it's always a proxy spire pretty much. If he does it, it's always like a tricky, not like a normal Muta build.
This would be the map to do it on, I think.
Yes.
But we see a Hydra Den.
It would have been actually terrible for him to go Mutas against double Stargate.
Yes,
like,
I agree.
Two base Muta in general is not a particularly strong build. If you want Mutas, I think you really want 3 bases early to get all that economy going. Because then you have the mineral income. Like, it's actually important to have good mineral income when you're going Mutas, because Mutas will give you map control, but you can only benefit from that if you have the minerals to build hatcheries everywhere, right? If you don't have the mineral income, your map control doesn't mean anything, because you can't actually take advantage of it. So it's going to be a lot of Phoenixes. Catz going Hydranus.
He needs to spot this. He's trying desperately.
I mean, with
you gotta look at the back of the mineral line, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't send a changing to the back of the mineral line. Like, he sent the changing and Overseer in the exact same direction. Which is like, why even make the changeling, right?
Catz, don't make me angry.
Yeah, that was definitely a significant scouting error there. First Forge going down for HwangSin.
Okay, so, you know, some people might be watching like, oh, he's going Hydras. He's going to be fine against Phoenixes.
Phoenixes are quick, man.
Yeah, Phoenixes are fast. Hydras are good, but if your opponent gets enough Phoenixes, it's like you have to keep your Hydras together, first of all. You can't let any wander away from the pack.
And he's got 3 bases.
Die. I think he sees the Phoenixes now.
Did they walk past something?
They would have killed the Overseer if the Overseer saw him, so maybe he hasn't seen him yet. No spores. Queen at the natural might die. In fact, I think it's dead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the 4 Phoenixes will take out a Queen fairly quickly, and then he actually has enough energy. He might just try to get... No, he's going to go for the Queen. Then he'll probably grab a couple drones as well. Or look for a second Queen. Someone's going to do that.
There's a second Queen.
Yep. The tricky part now is Hydras might come out while you're lifting the Queen. It can be, a little scary. Oh, more Phoenixes join the party.
8 Hydras in production.
You know, 6 Phoenixes, though, could kill them.
Oh, the Hydra's coming back, picking up the Queen, but taking a lot of damage. 1 Phoenix going down, 2 Phoenixes going down. The Queen stays alive. 3? Almost 3?
That was a mistake from HwangSin. He needed to run a little bit.
3 Phoenixes fall.
Wow. And all of a sudden, that turned around, and Catz is in a great position now. With 3 Phoenixes is so much less scary than 6 as far as their harass goes. Catz now, his game plan, at least it should be, deny the 3rd base.
Yes.
Just deny the 3rd base, and he should be happy. In fact, he's making an Overlord creep highway to put on some pressure with the Hydras. I assume that's what the Overlords are doing now. They're not just sacrificing themselves.
I think you're right. That's exactly what's happening. Making those Hydras a little bit faster and getting across the map. Infestation bit down behind this. Void Ray is in production here from HwangSin, but Hydras are pretty much the thing you're going to want against those. And is HwangSin going to be able to stop this push from Catz? Force Field's going down at the natural expansion. Photon Overcharge is able to be used here. But Catz going to take down some gateways for now. Continuing to rally Hydras across the map. 7 drones behind us.
I love building the Infestation Pit, getting ready to transition. Swarm Host would be invaluable as HwangSin adds either Colossi or Gateway units. Not to mention going up, you might even just go straight to Hiving at Vipers. Hydra Vipers. If they commit damage to air, you can, pick off individual air units with the Viper and Hydra mix. It's a really, really nice combination.
HwangSin coming forward.
Ooh, I think he might want to stay back up until he can get that Colossus out, because right now his army isn't really that big. The Void Rays are scary, but versus a pure Hydra lean army, they're not quite as effective.
He's got to take a 3rd soon, or...
Yeah, I think he almost has to wait for a Colossus to take
that's the thing, but then your 3rd is just so delayed.
Yeah,
you might as well just...
This is why not many people like double Stargate. If you can't get a lot done early, it can be very, very difficult to progress to the next stage of the game because so much gas investment has been done. But you know what he can do? You can actually just stay on 2 base forever and just max out with Colossi Void Ray. And the Zerg doesn't make Swarm Hosts. You get this giant army that actually can't be stopped. You have like 15 Void Rays.
I have a wrench for you.
Yeah? What's the wrench?
Catz is making Swarm Hosts.
See, but Catz is cheating. Like, most Zergs say, oh, he's massing air, so I can't go Swarm Hosts. But Catz is cheating because he's actually really good.
Yeah. And
he knows that the counter to Protoss air is Swarm Hosts. People think I'm joking, but it's actually true. Like, because if you push the ground back, then you can kill air. But you don't want to tangle with air if there's support within. So yeah, I mean, the Stormhost Hydra competition is great. I'd especially like to see him tech high, but you know, actually he can just put on pressure like now, and it's gonna be very, very tough to hold the third base.
So what's the best way to deal with Hydra Stormhost in your opinion?
Colossi.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, Colossi will work well. Actually, Catz is getting really close to the Stormhost. Colossi work well, but you really need to just kind of avoid the Zerg, or avoid the Zerg, or hope you can overrun them and they're not quick at pulling the Stormhost back.
Gosh, those cannons died fast.
Yeah. Well, each Locust is actually more damage per second than a Hydra Disc. They attack, they do a lot of damage and attack really fast. So very, very scary units. Their range is short, so force fields are often really key against this competition. And HwangSin does have a lot of energy on the sentries.
Yeah. Doesn't want to engage just yet.
And as long as HwangSin micros roll, he should avoid losing units to Locust until the Vipers come into play. He's trying to work on the other side, but here's another Locust wave.
There you go.
And I love the addition of the Overseer. It'll help him a lot in sniping observers. I wouldn't even mind if he had like 2 or 3 at the army, just to be sure that he wouldn't lose them.
Oh, he just killed his own probe. Now HwangSin's still okay. He's gonna try to retake a third over here at the top. But Catz might just swing some Locusts over there and prevent that. Oh, he's gonna send some Lings over there.
I like it. Catz is playing really well. He is playing really. He's on top of everything right now.
Gonna be able to deny that Nexus. These Lings might get trapped by force fields. No, they're gonna get away. Meanwhile, we got a huge Ling run by into the main base of HwangSin. Not what you want to have happen at this point in the game. And Catz is just licking his chops, taking down so many probes in this situation. Income tab is 75 to 37. Workers killed, 14.
And 4 Vipers being built right now.
Hydras do not want to be engaging alone.
What are you doing?
You don't want to be engaging your Hydras alone.
I think he was busy high-fiving himself over that speeding run bot and he wasn't looking.
Yeah.
Because he actually just threw away.
Don't high-five yourself until the game is over. Swarmhost is a little bit vulnerable.
No,
there is an observer here. He's running away as fast as he can.
And the Phoenixes can pick up the Swarmhost.
Oh.
What have you done, Catz?
Okay. Okay, he's got the Vipers. Hydras are in production here. Making a bazillion spines.
Oh man, this game is just, it's actually getting really, really intense now.
You can't lose those Hydras.
Yeah, the thing is he's got the Vipers, but what's he gonna abduct units into, right? Vipers are support unit.
There's a Viper pulling the Colossus forward into the Locust, so I guess that's going to do a little bit of damage. The Ling's coming forward, more and more Hydras in production here from Catz, desperately trying to get those spines finished. The Void Ray is getting pulled over as well, but again, nothing much to kill him except for a Queen.
I think that this might be it.
Catz is still up. If he can kill these units, he will be okay in this game.
Oh yeah, yeah, he did a lot of damage. I think actually, is he going to be okay? There's still a lot of Locusts. Once that last Colossus goes down,
Colossus, the Locust. Takes it down. Okay, so now he needs the Hydras. Okay, 13 Hydras in production. I think Catz is going to be fine. He's going to be fine.
But he made me nervous.
That was a nervous making.
I was like, you can't. That was like 20 Hydras.
Yes.
He literally just donated. Very, very. But yeah, from now he's got the better economy.
Ling's chasing a Colossus. You don't see that every day. Stutter step micro.
And actually, the Hydras with the speed upgrade are faster than the Colossus as well. So, nice little.
All right.
Victory for
let's
Catz.
look at stuff. He has no Swarmhost left.
Oh, that's actually big.
Pretty huge.
He needs to remake those.
Yes. And HwangSin able to secure that third.
Yeah.
So this game is not over, folks.
No, it is. It is not. Evidenced by the fact that it hasn't ended yet.
Yeah. No Bugs Bunny here.
So I mean, Catz needs to get a lot of Swarmhost on the field. Really, because it's still the same composition. It's still Colossi Void Ray, and he needs to. I think how many Vipers does he have? Did he lose? He had 4. I saw he lost.
I can hit units tab. He has 1.
Oh yeah, so he's gonna want to get another Viper too. He's in this problem where he needs to rebuild a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, he has the economy to do it. It's just time.
Yes.
Because, I mean, like, obviously he doesn't want this third to get up from HwangSin. We saw what he was able to do on 2 bases. And if HwangSin can get that third up, add on more Void Rays, add on more Colossi, that's not something you want to...
he's adding on Void Rays.
Yeah.
He's basically almost all his money's going into Void Rays. Well, it's probes. He's actually spent a lot of money just trying to rebuild his probe count. And he's actually done that pretty well. His probe count is definitely catching up there.
Yeah, 55.
A lot better than what it used to be. The thing is, though, HwangSin will never really be on a 3-base economy because his main is pretty much mined out. I believe. Normally, I mean, this game's been kind of weird with that speeding run by, but I anticipate there's really a lack of resources in his main. So he will never really get that 3-base economy that Protoss wants to transition to get all their techs up. You know, so I don't see HwangSin being able to add in Storm. I just don't see him having the money to afford that, which is good for Catz, because without Storm, without Templar to feedback, once Catz develops both the Swarmos and the Hydras, then the Vipers, each Vipers were so much if he has a DP. I mean, we saw what the Vipers did in that last battle.
Limited.
Yeah, he was like 3 Hydras and like only a few Locusts. And with this is DPS, man. With this backing him up, if he rebuilds his Viper count.
24 Hydras, even adding an Infestor in there.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Parasite, I wonder.
I think it's just for fungal so the Protoss can't run away.
Yeah.
If you fungal the Void Rays, it's really good. Because they tend to clump, and even just damage. But the one thing about Infestors, a lot of people, Zergs don't get them anymore because they were nerfed. But they were nerfed to the point where you can't make only Infestors and expect to win games.
Right.
But
That's true.
There's still, it's good to mix in a couple. And Catz is doing it. He's making a really nice mixed composition. I think if he can, all he has to do is play even just a deny the 4th.
Just don't let your units wander off on their own. You need your guys to stay together.
And actually, he's scaring me.
He's sending him in 2 different directions.
Yeah,
here.
and the Stormos are just kind of hanging out.
Okay, there we go. Gonna burrow them up. Hydras need to back up. Gonna send a link to try to save the greater good. 1 Hydra falling as well. And now Catz trying to find an optimal engagement, using those Locusts to zone out those Colossus. 1 Colossus getting pretty low in health. And look at this, a flank going to be attempted here from HwangSin. Changing direction, the Vipers are here. Look out for those pulls onto the Void Rays. Catz
he was looking for it.
Tentative.
He was looking for it. The Locusts are hanging out.
Wait,
the Locusts going the wrong way! Catz!
Look out for the fungal. There's a fungal onto the Void Rays.
He's fighting without a Swarmos.
Swarmhosts need to redeploy those Locusts. The Hydras trying to take matters into their own hands. The Colossi getting abducted into the Hydra line. But all the Hydras are eventually going to fall. The Locust now going to try to engage, but...
Okay, now...
he needs more Hydras. He just lost all his Hydras.
He was in a situation where there's like almost no way he could lose a straight battle, and then he doesn't fight with any Locusts. Catz he's scaring me, man. This is a game that
he's trying to make it fun.
He's giving me a heart attack.
He wants to make it intense for the
audience.
like,
Catz is gonna win. We're gonna see. Wait, is Catz up 1-0? I thought.
No, Catz is up 1-0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I misheard you when you said it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, guys, Catz is up 1-0.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what the scoreboard was saying.
Did I say that? Oh yeah.
I mean, the scoreboard says that. I was, for some reason, I was doubting it. So I mean, this should be a 2-0, but it also should have been a 2-0 like 10 minutes ago.
Right. No, HwangSin is doing a great job. Staying in this game.
He is. What he's doing is, so this is something that's tricky. It's not. Catz is making positional mistakes. But when you watch games, these happen all the time. One thing that HwangSin's doing very well is he's doing a really good job of keeping observers around, and every time his opponent makes a mistake, he jumps on him.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of times there's a positional mistake, but if the opponent's not ready to seize the moment, exactly then, like right here, Catz will watch his flank. This is what I'm talking about. HwangSin doing such a good job of being opportunistic.
Oh my god. Catz is pretty much attacking all of his units into the 3rd base, leaving the Swarmhost vulnerable.
He's going to get the 3rd.
Yeah, the Swarmhosts are all dead.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. Because it might be worth it if the rest of his army could escape. But here's the tricky part. There's Colossi out there.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got Vipers.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to keep the Infestors
Infestors are out of energy, though.
Infestors.
Oh, they're going to die.
No!
Catz, we need to have a talk. The Void Rays going to get pulled in there by the Vipers, and now the Colossus getting all their damage done. Prismatic alignment is happening. Hydras are all going to melt away to these Void Rays, and Colossus, and Catz is left once again rebuilding an entire lost army, and HwangSin retaking this base on the left.
So HwangSin effectively didn't really lose the base because I mean, basically he's equal to where he was, right?
Right.
But Catz lost an entire huge army, and yes, Catz has a spear economy. Yes, he's got a lot of bases. So he can kind of, like, he can afford to do that and not lose the game, but if he keeps doing this, man, I'm going to be worried.
Okay. That's fair. The units lost should be interesting. 30,000 to 23,000 in favor of HwangSin, and that pretty much spells out how this game has been going. you know, Catz getting a very nice lead and retaining it, but HwangSin really taking advantage of misplaced units from Catz. So we'll have to see what happened here. HwangSin actually now starting to go into the Templar production. Storm is about to get finished up. Tried to start up a Nexus here at the top side of the map, but going to get denied by those Speedlings from Catz. Speedlings trying to scout there into the third base, but immediately getting annihilated. But HwangSin is Storm now. Right. He has a lot of High Templar.
Yeah, and this is the army composition that starts getting worse. I mean, Catz can still deal with it. The way you beat this is you have to have the Locust push back the Protoss, push back the High Templar, and the Viper snag units. Which means that you have to have the Locust in front, the Hydralisk behind, and then the Vipers with the Hydralisk. So he has to keep his army together, basically. And he has to have the Locust engage before the Hydras die to Colossi. If he can do that, he's still, Catz is still okay. He still should win this game, but
when a Protoss has High Templar, Colossi, Void Rays, I feel like anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean he's been walking units into Colossi, and if you walk Vipers into High Templar, they will die very fast.
Yes.
Okay, look at this. The Locusts are going forward. The Vipers are coming behind them and abduct the or not.
I think
there's a little attack on it natural.
Yeah, the Lynx.
Minor.
Good eyes there from Catz. Spotted an observer. Of course, it's very important. Another Locust going to be sent out there. Look out for the Viper. Abducts Fungal onto the Voiders, and there they abducts the High Templar in the back. They need to be able to feed back the Viper so that doesn't happen. HwangSin losing a bunch there. Storm going down onto the Hydras. The Viper's out of energy for now. But that was a good amount of damage done.
It was. It was.
The Ling's finally getting taken care of there at the natural expansion.
Send in the Locust, Catz. Oh no, Catz. This is the Locust. Fungal Locust.
Ouch.
Oh, he lost a couple of key infestors there. Oh, another one going down.
Gosh, that hurts.
Okay, Catz is transitioning to Ultralis.
Another Locust swarm coming up there, but the Colossus is able to quickly deal with that. There's the Fungal onto the Templar. Storms melting away. A lot of those Hydras. Ling's going for a counterattack up there on the right-hand side. Hydra's trying to get some damage done onto those Void Rays. The base still does not exist.
You know, HwangSin's going to mine out. He's only mining off one base now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's mining gas from... Oh, the natural... Oh!
Ling's running both into the main and into the third base. And HwangSin is going to have to back away. How can Catz take advantage of this? The Stargate's going to get targeted down. Might just take down Pylons at this point in time.
Yes, Pylons is exactly what you want to go for. Because they have to rebuild the Pylons. And when they're on low economy, anything they have to rebuild really sucks for them.
He might get the High Templar Archives.
Oh, that's a big win, because this is the point of the game when HwangSin's mining off 4 gases with only 1 base of minerals. So he really wants to warp in a lot of High Templar to support his army because he has a high gas income relative to his mineral income. But unfortunately, he can't do that unless he wants to rebuild.
And the Vipers looking for those abducts onto the Void Rays and or Colossi. There's a feedbacks on one of the Vipers, taking it down incredibly fast. Fungal's going down. The Swarm Host once again cut off from this competition here from Catz. HwangSin trying to take advantage, but the Locust now going to be engaging. The Hydra's turning around, but the Storm's doing so much damage from HwangSin. Catz down to 109 supply, and now HwangSin sort of equalizing the supply count, but Catz immediately making 8 Ultras.
Ultraless, I think that's...
There's still Void Rays, though.
Yeah, but they'll kill a Colossi, and then, you know, Queens or Hydras will clean up. And like, HwangSin doesn't have the economy.
Gosh, HwangSin, what a beast, though.
He's playing really well.
Look at this unit's lost step.
Yeah,
he has no business, you know, again, based on how bad this game has been going for him, at least in the early game, he's been making phenomenal trades since that point.
Catching a couple of drones, some speedlings, 3 more Swarm Hosts getting into position. HwangSin is seizing the moment, though. If he can take out enough of Catz's base, remember, Catz has been mining up all these bases for a very long time.
Yeah.
His bank is running low. Most of his initial bases are all mined out.
Ultra's coming in out one at a time, and the tech is essentially revealed.
That's a really scary Ultra.
Yeah, I think that's the skin you get if you purchase the...
Resurrecting ones.
No, if you purchase the bonus pack, the collector's edition, you get them. But Ling's ravaging the third base of HwangSin here.
And it's all down to this last
And here
army.
come the Ultras, the Void Rays, putting down a prismatic alignment. There are some Hydras as well.
Through the Colossi.
Oh my gosh.
Those Ultras will not be denied. And
HwangSin down to 22 supply, and this might be it.
Yeah, there's a few Void Rays left, but 11 Hydras in production. There's plenty of Queens out as well.
GG from HwangSin. Well fought, well played from the Protoss player. But Catz going to take the 2-0. He'll be advancing to the next round. Congrats to him.
Catz is making me nervous.
Congrats to Catz.
Yeah. Nicely won. Defeating HwangSin 2-0 is a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
HwangSin, he's placed very high in several MLGs. I know he's made some top 12s. And these are top 12s when there's like 24 of the world's best Koreans. Like the entire Codes roster goes to these MLGs, right? So HwangSin has played very well. But he's going to fall to lower bracket. Catz will win 2-0. And I believe we have another match coming up. Desbro versus Crank after a short break.
Stay tuned, guys.